It's on. Hello, hello. We'll have welcome to everyone out there, and happy 2023. This is our first streaming of the year, and we can't wait. Joining me in the commentary box will be the great Andre Cruz. We get on very well together, and I'm looking forward to being with him today. And we're bringing you live the semi-finals of the Best Before. And thanks to Best Before, a new sponsor, Best Before will bringing us this live of the semi-finals of the ladies and men's trips for 2023. We're here at the Wanderers Club on an absolutely magnificent day. If we could show you the sky, we would. Not a cloud, weather perfect, no wind. And we'll be bringing you live streaming of the game between former Protea and former Protea selector and my fellow teammate Donnie Pickett and his team, playing the formidable Tony Mazoris from Bryanston Sports, Donnie Pickett from Belgravia. So sit back, enjoy the semi-final, and we'll be zooming in on the other games, and we'll be bringing you live scores. Right, we'll be back in the action. And hello, Andre. Nice to have you.
Thank you, Cliffy. Thanks for asking me. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting games.
Exciting games. The weather is absolutely spectacular. Nothing wrong with the view. We're overlooking the Protea Marriott hotels as well. Beautiful setting, palm trees. You wouldn't think you're in Johannesburg. And bringing you live, as I said earlier, the Donnie Pickett Tony Mazzaris clash. Very strong, very strong 6 players here. Donnie Pickett, skip of the Belgravia side, as I said, former Protea. Middle pip is Gavin Erasmus, a provincial player as well, and Keegan Sayce, a great up and coming prospect, also in the provincial B side. Playing Tony Mazzaris, playing in the third in the current JBA veteran side, also inter-district bowler, the great Victor Sapali, coming in as a replacement today as lead, and Big George, also up and coming player, ex Leeuwkop Prisons, playing in the middle. Busy on the first trial head. And Andre, what do you think will happen in this game?
You know, and I've got to ask you this question. I think Tony Mazzaris and them are a lot stronger than what a lot of people understand. Their names popped up quite often. You know, in league, they're leading the league and everything.
Yeah.
Tony's name pops up a lot.
Yeah, he was run-up in this event last year.
Oh, is that right? And you know, why do you think that is? Has Bryanston got something? You know, I know Big George is there all of a sudden. Does he bring something to the party that they might have needed, and all of a sudden
Well, I think
ahead?
hats off to Tony Mazzaris. He's done an unbelievable job. He's dedicated. He runs clinics. They've got huge membership. Great social side. Lots of coaching. Very similar to Morningside. And Morningside, if you have a look around, Morningside got 4 sides here also. So the clubs that are putting the effort in drawing members and creating excitement, getting people to the club, coaching is so important.
You're so right, Cliffy, because you've actually hit on the button. I didn't know Tony is so involved. Up until yesterday, I had a chat to somebody very involved. And you know, Michelet and Heinz, they're putting so much time into bowls, and you know, it shows at the club.
It shows at the club.
Clubs are coming to the fore.
Belgravia also now, we're doing a pretty good job. I think we got 8 or 9 new members, which is
Brilliant.
Very good.
Who does the coaching there at Belgravia for you?
Lewis Klopper, there's just Dawn Palmer, very involved with the ladies. So, you know, and I think that's what's promoting the game in a big way.
Oh, that's brilliant. So I'm going to ask you the question, Cliffy. Tony Mazzaris against Donnie Pickett. What do you think? I'm going to put you on the spot, Jack. Come on.
Well, you know, I'm obviously biased there. They're my teammates. In fact, all 3 of them we play in the same league side together. So, but I think with Victor coming in, could swing the balance. Not that I can't remember him playing lead for quite a while. He's generally a top back ranker. Just made the gold squad, so well deserved. I think at one stage he had 7 district finals in a row. I don't think that's ever been done before. So Victor, unbelievably consistent.
Like you said, it's nice to see Morningside so well represented. You know, I can't remember when they've had so many teams,
especially in ladies.
Finals, 100%. So you know, Michelet coming over, and obviously Haley winning the Cowan Novices.
Yeah.
Lots of things are happening there. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to pull that one through.
Jason Evans coming across, and of course there's the great Jerry Baker there. Very strong.
Yeah, so obviously Ken's been around for quite some time, and he's joined up with
and Wegerly skipping, an professional soccer player, always very steady.
I've been bowling with him in the last 2-3 days, and I tell you what, he's been bowling very, very well. He's got his mojo, he's got his rhythm and everything. Jason, I'd say he's 80%, 90%, but I hope that he peaks at the right time, either today or when he's going over in March. But yeah, exciting. It's nice to to be. What a nice look we've got over the Protea Hotel here, isn't it?
Yeah,
I can just hear the water running into the pool there. We should go have a dip and come back.
we might have to. The
Yeah.
heat. I think the heat yesterday afternoon. It was nice to see you watching our league game yesterday. You felt how hot it was yesterday.
It's incredible. Well,
The-
today's going to go to the same.
Is it?
36 degrees.
Sun, it feels a little bit when I did my little jog this morning. It was definitely a little chillier than yesterday morning. So hopefully it's not as warm.
So, green speed, what would you think this green is running at, Cliff?
I haven't really been talking so much. I haven't really been concentrating, but it looks a lot better. I was here yesterday morning to watch the novices, which is fantastic for the listeners out there. The novices this year had the highest entry, 252 entry, which is
Gracious me, that's
a wonderful entry, and it was great to see so many keen bowlers. You know, we hear too much negative talk. The game's dying, but yet there were 252. I take my hat off to the executive and all the clubs for encouraging. There was even a 7-year-old playing.
fantastic.
It's fantastic for the game.
But you know, Cliff, it's like anything in life. You know, if you don't want to help promoting
Yeah.
the game and getting the game and sponsors, and you know, we've got a new sponsor involved here with Best Before. You know, it'll attract more people with a better attitude and the right attitude towards all kinds of things. So you know, it's a good step in the right direction.
Right, that's. So once again, thanks to our sponsors, our new ones, Best Before, and of course our other sponsors, Shield, Academy Brushwear, Plascon, Personal Trust, Aero Bowls,
Well, Cliff,
Perfect Delivery. We've done a pretty good job, I think, in securing all the sponsorship in such tough times.
absolutely.
And
Cliff.
thanks to them during COVID, they kept the games, to put it crudely, alive.
Yeah, and you know, before we get going here and we stop and we don't get involved when thanking the right people, Cliffy, I know you're very instrumental, and with the guys that are putting the thing together, much appreciated, mate. A lot of people don't know what goes on behind the
A
scenes,
lot
and
of,
it
I
takes,
mean, just this week to get you organised was a few phone calls.
sorry.
There's a lot of work that goes on,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think the administrators don't, they take a lot of criticism. They're not paid. We do it out of everyone does it out of the love of the game. We're trying to promote the game. First head, Victor playing his forehand. Very good opener, right on the jack. You can't. Virtually the perfect bowl. Keegan Safe playing the other hand. It's running through. We're also bringing you new technology today with overhead cameras. Thanks to Livex, we're investing. We're going to hopefully get technically better and better. Victor dropping short, surprisingly, after such a good opener.
So obviously we're concentrating on the Donny Pickett game, so we'll give on a consistent basis, we'll give
try
some
give the
feedback on
scores.
the scores and all that.
Keegan with a very good second there, nearly drawing the shot.
You know, obviously I watch a lot of bowls, and I saw you guys bowling yesterday and all that. You know, Donny speaks well to his players. It's lovely to hear and all that. He uplifts them and everything, and his body language sometimes doesn't tell you. But he takes a bit of the wrong comment sometimes, because he's hard on himself, and he's not hard on the guys that play with him, but people think he's hard on the whole team then.
Good wood there from Big George. Yeah, I think, and I keep saying it in all the years, that no one plays a bad wood on purpose, and unfortunately there are those that take it to heart, and none of us want to play a bad wood. Gavin playing with weight, a little bit quick. Green actually running pretty well, looks like that. Pretty smooth. Yesterday morning it looked a bit heavy, but it's obviously dried out.
You know, George reminds me of Dexter Blanche, the golfer. He's also a very big guy, but he's got he's got a wonderful action
What?
and wonderful touch. And just look at that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got wonderful touch for a big guy.
Not many people know he's actually, I think, a professor of mathematics. So he's very, very astute person. He's designed a lot of the systems on JBA, scoring systems. What a great shot from Gavin Erasmus. Puts the kitty. Now it's he who can draw better, as they say. So the jack is still live. It didn't go out of play, so it's in the ditch.
I like to watch people, and I like to watch their whole body language.
Yeah.
And from the first end, it looks like Donya's side is up for it, so they in it. Yesterday, I don't know if the heat got to them, but they were like subdued for some reason.
Yeah, I think everyone, the green yesterday was, was a bit tricky. The heat was devastating yesterday. You say sometimes when you're playing for your club, the pressure is also very different. What a great draw from Tony Mazaris. Incredible shot. The perfect shot, right. You can see the white marker on the bank indicating where the kitty or the jack is. And Mazaris drew an absolute perler. One of the hardest shots to play. He's on the edge of the bank. Donnie Pickett also with a great.
They got the green speed quite quickly, didn't they? Normally it takes one or two ends, but they're on the
They're on it. Those are two brilliant draws for the viewers out there. Considering it's also only the first head.
Green's actually running very smoothly.
Very smooth. Well, going to be interesting what Donnie plays here. I think he turned Mazaris a bit stiff. I'm looking at the screen. Donnie going up to look. Other game, Francis is playing Michelet Slisher and all Morningside ladies clash. We have Wegerly playing the great Jason Evans in all Morningside clash. And we have an all Bedford View clash. I've never seen that in a semi-final before.
All the time you've been bowling, you've never seen that?
I haven't seen. I can't remember seeing that. We have Ferreira 5-0 up on Sharon Glen's side. Both Bedford View sides. In fact, looking around, I do not see Sharon Glen playing. This is her side. I wonder.
Cliffy, I was actually just going to ask you what is he going to do now. Now he's just told us that he's going to draw, but you've got a setup like that there. What do you suggest he does? Just draw?
Draw. He can't take his bowl out. He drops a 3 or 2. So I don't think he's going to be trying too hard. He's not even watching it.
Yeah, so it's a kind of...
Remember, it's also 2-wooded trips. Trips used to be 3-wooded. And, there's so much debate about 2-wooded bowls, 3-wooded bowls, 4-wooded bowls. 2-wooded, I still believe, is much harder than anything else. You don't have as many chances to adjust, so you've got to be on your game all the time. Evans 1-0 up on Wegerly. Schlisser 2-0 up on Francis.
Green's actually running very, very nice. It's finishing nicely, actually. Been watching a few now.
Keegan on a good line. That's more like the Keegan. Battled a little bit yesterday, like all of us.
Surprised.
Yeah.
Very surprised. But again, like you said, I think everybody couldn't find those greens. You know, even the Morningside guys were struggling to find the line.
But this is definitely running very well. He has another great shot from Victor.
That's top leading.
Top. Top. When Donny calls you my pal, you know you're in the good books.
I love him. He's such a character, I tell you what. Obviously, you've been at, how long have you been at Belgravia knowing him?
Oh no, I've known Donny since he was about 12 or 13.
So what is that, only 20 years, right?
Plus VAT. Plus a discount for cash.
He's such a character. And you.
We've had some great clashes over the years of bowls.
Legendary stuff, but anyway. That's a lovely head. Right past. Pretty good.
He always reminds me when I led against him in the final of the JBA fours about 6 or 7 years ago. He said, I waited for that day for a long time, which was one of my best performances. Happens.
While we're just watching these guys, he's so entertaining as well. You know, when you sit
Yeah.
in the pub and everything and you ask him the right questions, he gives you the right answers.
Yeah.
And boy, when he doesn't like a certain question, he'll also tell you why he doesn't.
Can be a little straight, as I say.
Yeah, but you know what, I like people like that, and people need characters in the game. They really do.
Tony, very quiet. I love his one saying, I was playing for him in a tournament about 4 years ago and I really played poorly. And he said to me, Cliff, you know what you are? So I said, no. He says, you're a provincial bowler. I said, you don't have to tell me that I have played provincial. He said, no, your bowls are in another province. I've never forgotten that. I won't forgive him for that. I'm a provincial bowler.
What I actually did want to ask you, and I was thinking about it today on the way here, while we were waiting for the skips to get there. You know, obviously George, he was at Newcop before, and a club before that, and now he's joined Bryanston. Why do people go from one club to another club? Do they see, or they get along better with a certain player, or is there?
I think
what is the dynamic?
the better you get, the more people want to play with you, I suppose. He's always been a very, very good player. I think in his first or second season a few years ago, I played him in the mixed pairs, and I said to him, because he's got such a smooth delivery. I always say the delivery tells the story a lot of the time, and also I think the price of petrol's making people move closer. What a great shot from Azaris, on fire today. That's two great balls. Donny doing a lot of walking today.
You call that walking or waddling? Oh boy, am I going to take abuse for that?
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Thank God you're taller than him. I wouldn't say that. Once again, thanks to the sponsors, Personal Trust, Perfect Delivery, Academy, Plascon, Aero, Shield Chemicals, and our new sponsors, Best Before. We'll be bringing you a live interview with the one owner of Best Before. Have you ever shopped there before?
Actually, I went there about a month ago. Because you obviously heard it, I saw it, I heard about it, and I popped in and everything. And they had a few goodies that I liked because, started it. You know Willie Bright?
Yes.
You know Willie Bright, he knows of all the best deals in town. And Willie Bright told me about this place. He said, you must go there because I tell you what, it's half price on this, half price on that. So he was 100% correct.
Right.
He's a great ambassador.
Donny Pickett with a thing. So Best Before, they sell all sorts of goodies and not only stuff that's near or past its sell-by date, as they say. I mean, seriously, I still can't believe. I only learned a few years ago that cold drinks have a sell-by date. I didn't know that. So get down to Northcliffe at Blackheath Galleries, Woodmead Shopping Centre, Eden Glen, Four Ways. So they're really up to 4 stores, and good luck to them. And I think it's a great concept. Get your toiletries, foods, very discounted prices.
We'll get biscuits, fantastic.
Biscuits, yeah.
Biscuits.
And I saw some goodies. I think they're going to hand out goodie bags to all the players later with some of their products. So 1-1. Schließer 3-0 up on Francis.
Cliffy, obviously you're a selector, am I right?
I'm a selector as
So
well.
when you look at guys like Victor, is he going overseas in March with the guys?
Yeah,
Is he? Yeah.
a wonderful bowler. Look at that delivery, smooth. Very little room for error. One word from me and he's short.
That's normally the curse.
Yeah. Keegan also with a very good delivery, very good follow through.
Looks on it today.
Yeah, much better.
So you're saying Victor stood in today. Who's he standing in for?
Well, there was a lot of controversy. So, for the viewers out there, after every major tournament, there's a drug test. Can you believe that? And a certain player took a Sanutab, and because it had some substance in it, they've suspended him.
Is that right?
And it was just a Sanutab. I mean, very strange. It's not like you running a 100-meter sprint.
But you know what, if they have to fall into line, they have to. You know, we've got a
Yeah.
list of 1,000 drugs that we can't take as a golfer, you know, as a professional golfer. You know that Sanutab is also against it. So
Yeah, because it's got codeine. I think it's got
right,
codeine.
so you know, people need to be more aware of these things going into a sport, like when you get into the finals and semi-finals and big events when you travel
Yeah.
overseas. So it's maybe a good thing that we brought that up. So people must make sure that when they do take certain things and they're
Yeah.
trying to go and play into big events, just be very careful.
Very
and find
careful.
out about it. Can't be easy job to be a selector. It must be nice sitting here watching some talent coming through and all that, but can't be easy.
Well, you know, as we know, bowls is a very different sort of sport to most sports, and everyone has a different opinion. Everyone looks for different things. You know, record obviously important. Then you have the schools of thought saying, "But this guy's playing with good players, so that's how he gets a record." But no one besides singles wins a tournament on his own. That's what I say. But there are very well bowled by Big George. And you know, and they're also horses for courses. I think one of the things that selectors, when I started the game many decades ago, they looked at record a lot, in fact too much, and you had the position where in the old day the district side had 16 players, and you were lucky if 14 of them weren't skips. And today I think we look at more the specialist position, who's a specialist lead, who's a specialist second, and also you have to look at where the venue you're going to play. So some guys are better on fast greens, some guys are better on slow greens, and of course there are those guys that do extremely well in tournaments. I don't have to tell you BMT counts a lot.
I'm glad to hear you guys think about all those things, because you know the dynamic of sport is changing to
Yeah.
such a degree that certain people can play on fast greens, certain players can't play on slow greens. You know, you need to take that into the equation. So it's great to hear that you guys kind of discuss all those things. But coming back to Donnie here, looks quite focused, and looks
Very focused. He's up for it today, you can see. He's not far, yeah. He's not far, yeah. Draws another one.
You know, Donny obviously stood in for Jerry when Jerry wasn't back from holiday yet. And I tell you what, he played really good. You see, he was up for it in the interprops.
Well,
Called there.
fun enough, and we took a lot of flack for that.
Did you really? But he was so
Because
up for it.
the thinking behind it, for those of you when they know, was that we didn't want to disrupt the B side. We didn't want to just change sides around because we used that tournament as for the
semi-final and he's got his name spelled wrong.
Woogly, yeah.
He says, "I were you."
Yeah, I played Jason in the last round, in the quarterfinals, and a great game that we had. Yeah.
There's no commentary coming through. And speaking to the mic. It's from Moodley. Can't hear any commentary.
We-
Yeah, he says there's no commentary coming through. Is it? He says you speak more into the mic.
Ask him to just give feedback.
the mark. We just changed the mark. Fine.
If you can hear us, if you can't, sorry about it. We'll try and get it sorted. But we'll get there. It's a new year. Everything
Load shedding. We'll blame it on load shedding, like everything else. Tony trying for his life here with a great shot here. What a great shot. Even I'm clapping that one. Commentator's bias. Oh, what a great shot from Nazaris. Makes it 2. Score moves to 5-3. Crucial shot. 5-3 is a lot better than 6-1.
Like your co-commentators last year used to say, we're in for a humdinger.
Humdinger. My co-commentator had lots of problems with his mic. I don't know. I think the mic's caught a fright. Hearing your voice. Another goodish opener. Victor on fire today. Not that Keegan's playing badly. Very good try.
You know what's always amazing?
That a beginner, and you've always lived for a very long time,
That a beginner has actually put in
when he starts,
the best players that they really
you say that the lead sets it up. So wouldn't it make sense to put the lead as a second?
Yeah, see, my theory is slightly different. I think it also depends on the green. So I think of course the lead is important, especially on a summer green. When it's heavy, I think often, because the bowls don't bend as much, if your lead's on fire, you immediately puts the other side under pressure. But I still believe the kingpin is the second, because if you work it out in bowls, the only person that doesn't really see always an open jack is the second.
really.
So the lead throws the jack and he can see the jack, right? So often woods get in the way from the lead. And the second's got to play all sorts of shots. The third and the skipper at the head, so that they've got a good feel of where the jack is before they play. So second is a key. I've always said great seconds win lots of tournaments. I don't like that. I think you can hide a third more than a second. You know, because you still got the skip to come. But I think good seconds can change because they can destroy a good lead.
To see the rapport that players have with one another, you know, they
Yeah.
give each other a low
Yeah.
five, a high five, a look in the eyes and things like that. I think it's so important, you know, and that's when you can tell when a skip is better than another skip, is how he's getting the best out of his players at this
Yeah.
moment in time.
Well, I find, I mean, for me, one thing I've always admired about Jerry Baker, and you play obviously a lot with him. I haven't had the privilege to play a lot with or against him for some reasons. You know, we often, but I've lost 90% of my games to him. But I've always admired the way he watches everyone's ball. Opposition, he doesn't. He's totally focused on the rink. He doesn't look left or right. He's interested in every single ball that comes down, and not a lot of skips are like that. You know, Donny's one of them. He watches a lot, and it's important because you're getting a feel of the line, what your opposition's doing. Are they better on their backhand? Are they better on their forehand? What length to play?
1-2.
So that's
1-2.
one thing, and I've watched a lot of bowls around, obviously, especially international, and he's incredible at that.
1-2.
Very great effort.
1-2.
Smoothly out of the hand. He's trying, yeah. It looks like he's on a pretty good track. Can he bend? Oh, what a great shot. Shot of the tournament.
His concentration level is phenomenal to see. Look at him, he's so into it.
Great shot. Unbelievable shot, in fact. Didn't look possible.
You know, in 2022, yeah, to the end, he always breaks himself down a little bit. He says, "Yeah, I'm kind of over it and everything." But isn't it
Don't
amazing?
kid yourself.
I was just going to say, put him in the right mix, put him in the right place. I think he says something, but he's out fighting. And let me tell you, I haven't seen that look in him. So I might have to have a word with him and saying, what changed from 22 to 23?
No, he played well in the Gauteng Open.
Yeah.
He played some marvelous stuff.
How old is he?
Donny, I think, he's about 55 now.
Yeah.
But we played with his brother, who's also a great player, the great Robbie Pickett,
Right.
also provincial Western. He's played for Western Cape. He's playing for Sables, and myself, and we had Lewis Klopper in a couple of games now. He's up for it.
Yeah. It's been a tremendous game so far from the Leeds, hasn't it? It's been top class.
Top notch, and the skips.
Yeah, not taking away from anybody, but from
I
the
think the
Leeds, it's been
skips and the leads so far dominant. You got him driving you. That
phenomenal. That sneaky little comment.
nice little bit of sportsmanship there. Once again, thanks to our sponsors. Best before. How's that for a smooth delivery? Absolutely like silk. Without even looking, he'll be close. I'm not a bad judge.
You select.
Didn't even look. I could have told you just from watching his delivery there.
Very good.
You haven't skipped the JBA B-side for many years. George looked for a big guy, one of the best deliveries. Again, smooth. I think he's quite. Look at that.
Top class.
Top notch. I think I'll keep quiet now. Took 2 in a row. It's more than I normally do in the whole game.
But, you know, as you know, I work with 3 or 4 bowlers from a mental perspective and from a mental point of view. And I look at people's eyes. I look at their whole persona. And George, he wears sunglasses, but his body language tells me he's ready.
And he's
know.
determined. He's very
Determined
determined.
beyond belief. And most of the top players have that little something. You know, you look at them and it's nearly that kind of, they look through you.
And a slight, you got to have a slight killer instinct.
Of course you do.
I'll never forget. I have to tell the story. I think I told it to someone yesterday. I was in grade 9, I think it was. In those days, standard 8, and we had a new rugby coach come across from Roosevelt High School. I was at Greenside, for those of you listening. Hopefully some Greensiders listening. And I'll never forget our first rugby training session. And he said, boys, I want to tell you one thing. When a man's on the ground, he's part of the ground. You don't run around him or over him. You run through him. And I think that's part, unfortunately, you have to have a slight killer in the sport.
He sounded like he was Afrikaans as well.
Well, let's say he wasn't Italian.
It's funny, yeah.
But I've never forgotten. There's certain...
And you know, everybody thinks bowls is not a... Let me tell you, bowls is so competitive.
Very.
It is beyond. But when people look at it from the outside, you kind of go, oh, those guys are just bowling. Bowling is not just bowling.
No.
There's so much more to it, Cliffy. And, you know, I don't know, I'm amazed that we can't get golfers that were kind of nearly finishing the game to be drawn in. Just coming up a little bit short there. Perfect road.
He's played with an incredible line today, Mazzara. Spin on line all the time.
But look at all their bowls. Most of them are perfectly
Very
on
perfect
the
line.
Yeah.
Lovely delivery from Donny Pickett here. What a great try. Very unlucky. It's not a bad call. Very good attempt.
And you know, not with hooligan weight, just with nice weight popped it out, you would have stayed for 5. And you know, it's good calls and everything. It's lovely. It's really top bowls. Lovely to see.
And funny enough, looking around that head across the green, that was by far the best head on the green.
Sure.
So, don't know if it's the stand of the balls or the ring could be the best, I'm not sure, but very, we're witnessing a feast of bowls here.
You know, and obviously we always talk about Jason Evans and everything. We've got Louise leading there, and she really played well yesterday here against her previous club, Roosevelt. So she's so excited to be bowling and bowling well at Morningside. So it's so nice to see.
Evans 5-2 up on regularly. I think they're changing the score on, can't see. Schlesser 8-0 up on Francis.
And as you know, we were watching the ladies last week, and they put them together. They hadn't played together anymore, but I think the more they're going to play together, the better they'll get. And you know, Michelet, I'm sure, will step up at some time. But as you know, it takes a bit of time to gel. Look at this leading here. Goodness me, it's brilliant.
Brilliant stuff from Keegan. Heinz also an unbelievably good player. So you got husband and wife in semi-finals. Heinz the middle pip for Jason. a good line from Keegan. I don't know if he's going to reach. Came off the mat slightly. Big fault with lots of us bowlers. The minute you often you walk slightly, as they say, takes the weight off. You had a great, well played Heinz. He draws one on the jack. Gavin trying. Oh, nearly a brilliant shot there. Just dropped short.
You know what I like? The skip calls these two guys. They never second guess him. And that's why they get along so well. But I know one or two other people, they would second guess. No, but I don't see it. I see it here. He's got the best place, isn't he? He's right
Exactly.
at the... So you should be calling it and never second guess a guy. Look, I don't say every time. There is a time when he says, listen, I don't see that. And then they can discuss it.
But
it comes
you find
across
at this
so strong.
level, they very seldom contradict the skipper. So I don't want to play that shot. You know.
Oh, Gavin's on the mat. Here's a question for you. How important do you think fitness is becoming in bowls? And the reason, put it at the back. And the reason I ask that is you must understand when people go to Australia and all that, and they're playing interprovincial and all those events, it's 4 to 5 to 7 days and all that. Do you guys take that into the equation to look at people's physique and saying, listen,
No.
you get people that are big that are still fit, but do you get people to work with them from a fitness point of view?
Well, we have had occasion before I was a selector where I know certain guys who are carrying a little extra pudding, as they say, were told that, you've got to be up to it. At one stage, I think even in the camps today, they do lots of exercise. I think bowls is funny. So playing these type of tournaments, we play from weekend to weekend, is very different. I agree with you, to playing a full week. And I definitely take that into account. If we're playing a weekend tournament, you might choose a guy who's not as fit as he might be for during a week. But I agree with you. And that's why they always used to say in the national, in a lot of tournaments, they call it Black Thursday. So that's when the tiredness really sets in.
And the drinking gets
And the
to the guys.
drinking, the sun,
Yeah,
the
fair
wind.
enough. Yeah.
So
But actually, tournaments, like you say, it's not like that every time. So when you play league, it's only one game, so you can get away with it.
you can get away with
Right.
it. But playing interprovincial, I think, is a lot more mental pressure. You're often away with guys that might not be your best mates. You're not friendly, so you've got to fit in. It's sleeping or sharing a room or on your own, away from your family. You should know what it's like as a golfer. It can be very lonely.
It is certainly. It's nice to see that when you Francis them, they got back, they got 4, so they 8-4 behind. Jason 7-2 ahead.
Glenn also getting a 4, so it's 10-4 down now instead of 10 now. Interesting to see what shot he's going to play here. I think he's going to play the forehand.
It's incredible what a difference, we only got 2 players when I say Jason, Jerry and Heinz came along at a later stage. What it's done for Morningside. Morningside, people are practicing hard, they're doing their drills. I have never seen so many people do the 2020 thing and join to the ditch, and
Well,
it just shows you.
I went to practice yesterday at about 11:15 at Morningside, and the greens were packed.
It's incredible.
11:15 on a Saturday, where most clubs don't see a person.
Yeah. No, it was impressive.
Let's see. Looks on a pretty good track here. Looks on a brilliant. Oh,
Very high quality bowls.
incredibly high quality. Struggling to see on the screen here.
Yeah, and also a big thanks to Wanderers hosting us here. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. The greenkeeping staff in the mornings make the boards out, cut the greens, make sure everything's great. So, you know, we take a lot of things for granted, but that's off to them and well done. And once again to you, getting the sponsors together, Cliffy, and getting new sponsors on board. It's always nice to see.
Just a little bit short. Donny. Mazora's nearly got the shot there.
You know, for the people that are watching that just starting bowls in their first few years, how important is it to pick a bowl? You know, I'm quite intrigued by it because I'm an analyst and I love tinkering with golf clubs and all that. So, you know, you've got Aero, you've got all kinds of brands that you've got there. You know, when you talk about sizes from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 to zeros, how important is it that you get the right sizing for you?
Well, I was always taught the trick is to take the bowl in your hand.
Right.
And hold it.
Leading. Just absolutely
very
brilliant.
Good bowling from Keegan. Not intimidated by the Protea, Victor.
A ball rather bigger than smaller or smaller than bigger?
You know, funny enough, I can't remember who I was talking to yesterday about the same thing. And sometimes I'd rather that people have a bowl slightly heavier than they should because it rolls on a little bit bigger. The smaller the bowl, it tends to pull up quicker, and you've got to be able to feel the weight. But I said, cup the bowl in your hand, then turn your hand upside down, and if it feels like it's going to fall out of your hand, it's too heavy.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
So that's how I was taught already in the 70s. But they say also the older you get, you should start downsizing, which a lot of us seem to have done. I think Donny's even down to a 2. I've gone down to a 2.
Is that right? It's funny we're having this discussion because I'm bowling with 3s, and that's the reason I actually asked you, because it feels like I all of a sudden have to go to a smaller one. And
sometimes it does. I've just gone. I used to play with a 4, and I got a tiny hand.
Very good.
And of course, you know, they say a good bowler can play with any bowl. So I think the better your delivery, you definitely can play with any bowl. Good track again from Big George. Very good try. Playing very well.
He's got a true Skip's voice, hasn't he? You will never not hear him. You will always hear him.
Marking a toucher, yes. Very good try. He likes that. It's giving him a back bowl. Evans 9-2 up on Wiggly.
Jason was disappointed in the way he played yesterday. He says he also couldn't find it like yourself. So
yeah,
I'm sure he's wanting to do better today than he did yesterday. He himself said he didn't have a good game. So, you know, it's also great to hear from top players when they say that you can't believe those.
Both Keegan and I
Same thing.
I mean, even though we haven't lost a lot of games in league as a foursome, we were lucky to win it, not because of us, and we all struggled yesterday, I think.
You know, that's when good sportsmen, you know when you've struggled and you walk away and you say, boys, I just struggled, you know, instead of making excuses.
No. Happens, but this green seems to be playing very nicely. Well, certainly this ring. Donny trying, I think he's looking to... very good attempt. He was looking to chop on those two bowls. He's not happy.
Come on, Cliffy, I'm going to test you here before he gets on the mat and see which side he's going to play. What side do you think he's going to play and what shot do you think he's going to play?
Tony's then going to play the backhand.
Okay.
In my opinion, he needs to chop on that bowl, turn it out for two.
Is this ball not in the way in the front here, you think?
No.
No, it's too far away.
Yeah, it's playing the backhand.
Yeah, you're right. He's just trying for that short ball.
He's going to look to try to
Wait,
turn
it's
it.
really, really good, yeah.
Very unlucky. What a great effort. I would have thought he'd be a little bit more positive,
And pop
but
it
I
out.
think he's scared of chopping the shot ball onto his other ball, so he can't play with too much weight. I agree. So Donny's got to play a similar shot, get another one in the head. Very good line. Just doesn't have the weight. Not his best bowl today.
He's human.
He didn't, wasn't quite as smooth that delivery as his normal one. He's not happy. That's the determination of a top skip. And Slisher drawing one right on the jack there again. Every time I seem to look in that direction, he seems to be playing well. Marvellous player. Well, I think one of the better ones I've played with over the years. Played a lot with Hans.
Right.
Big asset for your club.
Absolutely. And also Michelet, you know, with all the work they put in there in the
Yeah.
2020s, they started it all. So hats off to them, really hats off. They're so passionate about the game, like you, like all of us are, but they really put the time and effort in. Surveying their head as a team there, I like that, you know. He's not asking one guy, he's asking both the players he's playing with, and that's lovely to see. He's drawing everybody in. What do you think? Are you happy? And that's really, really...
And while
I
he's
like
doing that, he's scared if he nips his own bowl out, but he has got another second bowl. He's got the best back. I don't think he's got anything to risk here by playing up to it. I played for Tony a few years ago, the veterans, we got silver. It was my skip. Very, very good drawing bowler. And he can run. Yeah, he's going to have a run. Oh, strange, playing the other hand. And a great result. Gets the shot.
Looks like he's just got all the shots.
Got all the shots. I would,
Pound on.
sitting from where we are, I wouldn't have thought he'd play that hand, but we can't see the head from the angle we're sitting at.
But well discussed with the team.
Yeah.
Was it you that's telling me, yes, how many entries did they have for the Tower novices?
I think 250 odd. It's
Telling me
incredible.
the game's dying?
Yeah, that's,
Wow.
I think it's
Somebody should
incredible.
market that and tell people that that's how many new people are coming to the game in the last 3 years. That's phenomenal.
I think it's phenomenal.
Sure.
Victor back to
Oh,
form.
man, I mean, come on. Brilliant, brilliant reading. love Keegan's routine. He's got a wonderful routine. I look
Yeah.
at people and I look why are people better than others as leads? And I believe his routines are spot on every time. Same with Victor.
Came off the mat slightly though. It's amazing just stepping wrong, what it can do to your weight.
Right.
And as bowlers, we're keen to watch our woods too much. I always say putting and bowls are pretty similar. Keep the head down, visualize the line,
Good routine.
routine. Have you been watching over the world indoor?
I have. Absolutely brilliant.
It's unbelievable. But it's still... it, what a great try. What a great
Long
try.
battle up front, yeah. Superb.
Very unlucky. Very unlucky.
I'm trying to stay off that piece of
What a great shot from George.
Georgie.
4 fizzy drinks.
This is not his best shot, George.
He's a
Gavin, very heavy. He didn't need that weight. That was not the best weight.
I see.
He gets the laser beam there from, that was a little laser from Donny.
I just saw Jackie van Rensburg. She was pointing towards you that you must smile because she wanted to take a picture.
Yeah.
I actually didn't recognize her because, you know, when the bowlers bowl, they don't put too much makeup and everything
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
They dress differently. Now she's got a hat on, she's got a lick of paint, and she's
She,
got
she's all dolled up
she's
today.
all dolled up. Somebody must be playing or something. Yeah, she's standing there with Pete having a good giggle. So
Yeah, because I
imagine
just,
they enjoyed your
They-
company and everything.
their ears must be burning.
They were having a good time there. I think you guys have a league on a, what's a Friday? What do they call it?
In fact, Jackie marked a game in the Gauteng singles that I played in years ago. It was quite a funny game. I was getting slaughtered. I think I was 18-6 down. And she said to me, "You've got to get double figures." I said, "No, I've got to win the game." And I actually won the
No
game.
way.
Yeah.
That's funny. It was your twilight. They were at your twilight. And then they
Yeah.
stayed a little bit longer than they should have. They really enjoyed
Yeah.
themselves. It seems like everybody had some good fun there. Once again, people doing all the work for twilight.
A great player, Jackie. She's also apparently gone down a size or two.
Yeah, it's exactly, yeah.
Top JBA woman bowler,
Right.
no question.
Now, these guys have really found the lines. I mean, look at the lines. Perfect.
Lots of talking.
Yeah, you never see them flustered. Look at George. He can never. It looks
No,
like he can
yeah.
never get to him.
No. He skipped for. We had a Colt side last year. I was the manager of the Colt side. He was very unflappable, very easy to play for. He was skipping. Very nice guy.
Also does a lot for bowls behind the
A
scenes
lot
that
he's
people
doing.
don't know, eh?
A lot of the computer work, designing, the scoring, the live scoring systems, all designed by him. So great job. What a great shot. Great shot. He was looking to get the back bar.
Unfortunately, Jason running away with that one, 16-2. So they must have picked up a really nice big one.
Big one there.
Crazy drawing a lovely shot on that hand. Body language you can see is a little bit down, but yeah, they've got to try and fight it back.
Yeah. Hans Schlieser must have one of the best records in the trips. I think he won it twice with Alan Gordon, runner up once. Then I lost in the final with him at Tujiri a few years ago, and it looks like he's heading for another final. So, well done to him. Well, France is catching up, 8-7. I know, the score's about to change. It's now
By the way, too.
10-7. Nazaris takes the lead, 9-7.
Never falters. Does he? Never ever falters.
Never falters, always on line. But Keegan's been excellent.
Looks a little short.
Short,
Yep.
look where he's standing.
Hold it.
A good meter off the mat. I always say we need boss stick to stick their feet to the mat. Also jump the mat, Victor, without even looking, he'll be short. Came right off.
As I said, he never falters. The
Never
problem
falters. That's why we're not saying much today. That's why they're playing so well.
But it's been a high quality game, it really has. And I'm sure it will continue.
Looks better here. Can he stop?
It's not Peter's fault.
Oh, what a great try. Very good line. Can you just gonna drop short?
Yeah, that's okay. It's not the best, it's not perfect, but it's
Yo.
Oh, very unlucky. Could that be a turning point? I often think to myself, you're 9-7 up, lying a good one. You sell it. Can that be a turning point? Trying, yeah. Oh, nearly sold it. I was surprised at that call. I agree with what he just said. I would have played the backhand. It
Right.
was a lot safer. He nearly sold the shot. Interesting what Tony will have. Interesting, I think he'll play the forehand. Let's see. Yeah,
Called it. I'll argue that.
yeah. He's got to try. Playing with a lot of weight. Can he bend? I don't know if he's going to bend.
A little bit wide.
Played that quite quickly. That's unlike him. I think I'm going to... Should I ask Roger to come with me? Let's get him when I go. Let him sit with you, Roger, I think. I'll be loving and leaving you guys soon. I unfortunately have to go to a funeral for an hour or so. And we'll be calling on Roger Haggerty, top class player as well. He'll teammate of Andre. We haven't told him yet.
But I'm sure you will. I'll pop over there. How long have you still got to go? What time are you leaving?
I'm going to leave in about a half an hour.
Half an hour.
And
We'll
then I'll
miss
be
you.
back. Not too much, please.
Oh boy.
What a great draw from Johnny Pickett.
I mean,
That's world class.
he's looking
Oh,
at me at the teapot. Oh, you gotta love it.
Very unlucky. I'm sure he'll go for a short hit. He's going to change the length.
See that. Many times when I watch Donnie play and everything, he loves short ends. And I had
Good
this
luck.
conversation with him. The two of them obviously bowl a lot together, and he just knows.
He loves
He
short
changes,
hits.
He loves short ends. Yes.
And Donnelly, Bobby Donnelly, that
Oh, is that
also
right?
pulling the mat. He hasn't pulled the mat today, which is quite strange.
But you see, you also need a very good lead that can always put him there.
Yeah.
You know that you trust so much in him.
Evans 16-5. Ferreira 16-6 up on Glenn.
Once again, you know, I sound like a broken record. Absolutely brilliant.
Top class lead. Nice to have him in my provincial B side.
Look at these two.
Superb bowls. We chose the right game to
Isn't it just? Yeah. Very high quality.
high quality, and once again thanks to our sponsors, Best Before, Clascon, Aero Bowls, Perfect Delivery Academy, Personal Trust. We will be having an interview with the sponsors later on.
Well, let me ask you a quick question before you're going to go and leave us. When this game finished, am I allowed to just walk up and going to have a chat to one of the guys?
You can talk to whoever you like. I want to get to the stage where we'll have loudspeak.
But I mean, these boys have made such a difference already. I know a lot of people like to, if they can't make it, to listen to it and everything. And sponsorship, everything you bring into the party. JBA, I see JBA is in force today.
Very nice crowd today as well.
And I think that more and more is going to come. Look at that head.
Number
That's
2.
fantastic.
Best hit of the game so far.
Yeah, even Trevor, Trevor I think was involved with this sponsorship. He's always very heavily involved. You need people like that in the game, Cliffy, as you would
Yeah.
know, like yourself.
We need as much help as we can get, especially in this day and age. A little bit too much weight there. The line was good.
Cliffy, how many ends they playing? Is it 18
I
or
think
20?
it's 18.
18 ends?
18 heads. Because it's only 2 wood.
Sure.
If it
sure,
was
sure.
3 wooded, they would have played 15 probably. A lot of controversy. Why are we shortening the game? This, that. I don't know. Bowlers never seem to be happy. What a great shot from George. But I still think he's shot down. Let's have a look at the screen. Wonderful header. Absolute wonderful header balls. Ferreira 17-6. Evans 16-6 still. Donny Pickett trying very hard here. What a great draw from Donny. He's on fire. Tony Mazoris trying here. Oh, brilliant shot. Not sure who lies. Two down, he made it 2. What a marvellous game of bowls we're witnessing. It's a feast, as they say.
I don't know what's warmer at the moment, the bowls or the weather. It's getting to 36
Well, we're in the
degrees.
shade. It's pleasure than
It could be damn lucky.
standing in the heat
Yeah.
yesterday. I was an idiot to practice at midday. No wonder I couldn't draw a shot. Interesting to see what he's going to play here. Just try to draw it. Play the forehand, I think. He'd stay off the black ball. Yeah, he's playing the forehand. Tried it. Measuring for 2.
Played with Jerry and we played against Tony Mazaris' side, and I tell you what, The three of us had one of our better to our best games,
Grand.
and we got dusted. And we got beaten. They were just superb. One of the best games that I played in and lost. They were just in a different league at that day.
Looked online again. It's by far the best, the most consistent game on the green. As we've said earlier, guys are on fire.
Certainly not battling with the Lions. The Lions have been superb the whole day.
Balls are running on nicely as well. They're not pulling up. What a brilliant draw.
I see Jerry has just popped in to come and have a look as well. It's nice to see him here. See if we can maybe have a chat to him at a later stage.
Yep. Nazarus 10-8, Schlitzer 11-8. Evans 18-6 now. That hard to come back against Jason 12 down, I think. But you never know, as they say.
I actually didn't know that Dave Reno, you played with Jerry quite a lot, and he's got 3 titles, you know, with Jerry. Didn't actually know that. So we were chatting yesterday, obviously at Morningside. So quite impressive. I didn't realise he was at that level with Jerry.
Kevin trying here. What a great shot. Great shot from could that be a game changer? It's a real ding-dong battle here. Good George, good try. A little bit in. Hasn't got the weight. Naughty boy. Can feel the tension now. I can feel the tension. It's getting a little tense. They're not as jovial as they all were.
Correct.
Often happens as the game progresses. Tight game. It's anyone's game right now. You need Tony needs a good one here. Playing with a lot of weight. Sure, what a great try.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand the dynamics of, there is certain pressure in bowls. You know, when you watch and hear people saying, oh, my bowls, what is bowls, what is bowls? I can tell you, there were 2 occasions where it's the most nervous I've been, and I've played in some very big golf tournaments in my life, and I think I was a little bit more nervous when I played with Jerry in 1 or 2 of the events. And it just shows you, you know what, it's got the wrong connotation at times. Everybody thinks, it's just a fun, cool game for older people. But it certainly has its dynamics that counts in its favor and gets the adrenaline going.
Yeah, it's amazing. Even Donny, who's achieved remarkably well. I mean, we often took. It's well bowled again. It's another.
Road.
It's line 2. He didn't get that one way nicely. He definitely didn't deliver that well from his hand. Now, we often talk about nerves and that, and even a guy, as I was saying, with Donny's caliber, we often say, you know, and he says it, if you've got to be a little bit nervous, otherwise you're not going to perform. And
100%.
very well bowled by Donny again. Drawing like a demon.
What did you say?
Let's gather. It means a team meeting. Like yesterday,
All
I
of a
had
sudden
one of
it's
these.
11 all.
11 all.
Game time.
They want to discuss.
So good to see, isn't it?
The
Look
leg.
at him. And you want to tell me he thinks he's over the wall? No, I don't think so.
Only if you're naive.
Well, I was gullible enough to kind of believe it. He was trying to tell me, no, you know, I'm getting too old, and you know, the youngsters must come through and do it. I will never trust a thing he ever says again.
Evans 21-6. It's close to shaking hands there.
Yeah.
Jury Baker in the distance there chatting to Jackie. Nice to see.
Yeah, he's quite animated
Proteas.
now as well when Johnny put one close.
Well, and big mates, teammates, played lots of internationals together, I'm sure.
Yeah, Johnny reminds me of the John Daly of golf.
If John's got a little bit more hair.
And X's.
And Donny doesn't have flowers on his pants. Victor snuck in. Do you want to go ask him to come? I'm going to go in 5 minutes. A little bit heavy from Keegan, not his two best. He's played extremely well, been a great battle up front. It's a pity I have to leave for a while. I'm really enjoying this.
She played a really good shot with a bit of speed.
What a great draw.
Well drawn, Gavin.
I wouldn't like to predict the score. It's really close.
What
Very
if they
good.
tied? What happens? One end,
An extra head.
all three bowl. Sudden death.
And it could very well come to that. I've got a feeling it's going to be an extra head. No change, he says, I think with a little bit of relief.
Is that allowed, Cliffy? Is that allowed? He's just said to him, come have a look at the head.
Yes, I would say so.
Should you ever ask the other skip, or is it just kind of the done thing?
They're funny. I don't. The rule is that you shouldn't be come to the head, but I think there's so many petty things. I mean, everything's about speeding up the game, shortening the game.
And then that happens.
I don't know. I don't know why we need to speed up the game. You know, I understand in Australia, and I've said it. In Australia, the greens are slicker, so it takes longer if you're short of time. But then they say for TV, people get bored, whatever. You want a quick result. I think at this level, there should be no time limit.
Sure.
Once you hit a semi, you know, if you want to walk up and down.
Right. I can understand if it's TV, you know, because TV has certain rights
Yeah,
after certain hours. So
and
that's why
hours,
they're bringing the shot
exactly.
clock in and all that. That's needed. That I understand.
I think if and you and I've had this discussion, if we get the game eventually a great coverage on TV, then we have to change a lot of things.
Right.
I mean, I love watching it on,
Me too.
and I love curling. Curling's also fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, it's relaxing. I mean, the world indoor has been absolutely fascinating.
Lovely.
And there again, it proves you don't have, as long as you let the bowl go the same all the time, you don't have to have the perfect delivery on an indoor surface. I think on an outdoor surface, yes, there's more vagaries with bumps, etc. He doesn't like that. He didn't let it go nicely.
I mean, I'm a Donnie Pickett's fan, but I must tell you, when I do watch him, he's hit his leg 3 times now. He's shaken his head 3 times. I understand that, but you know, when you're talking about the dynamics of the mind and the brain, how it works, it's quite incredible what that could do to your whole
Yeah.
psychic.
Generally, it makes him quicker with the second one.
And he's holding, got the shot. Got a nice rub off the other one. Gavin gave it a little grin.
Saying the yellow bowls were 3. It's not so easy to get that bowl from where we're sitting. But let's see. It's too wide, too wide. So Pickett goes to 12-10. I'll just be with you for this head and then I'll need to depart.
Good stuff. Hello, all. Hello, Tony. How are you? How are you?
Keegan, nearly there. Just a little bit short. We have a 21-6 to Evans, a 21-7 to Ferreira. 12 all now. Francis, a great comeback.
Nice game that's going to turn out to be, isn't it?
I'm going to call on Roger Haggerty to take my place. Welcome, Roger. Very good try. Just Desiree Claydon skipping against Michelle Schlisser.
Lugging the line. Talk to me about the weight. Come on, Gav.
What a good line.
He's pointing, wasn't it? Well done.
What a great line.
You're going to finish this end with us, and then Roger will join us.
Yep. Roger will be wired up for
See you a little
sound.
bit later.
See you later.
Yeah.
You'll WhatsApp me the score, please.
I will do that.
Turn Keegan right on. Game seems to be turning a little bit. I've got a sneaking feeling that Pickett's gonna get this one. Just gut feel.
Got nothing to do that you're a member with him at the same club, right?
No, I've just years of feeling it in the water, as they say.
They look very focused, all of them actually.
Yeah. I mean, if you think of it, it's amazing how top players have that comeback.
So Jason and won, they signed a card. And,
Have they already won?
Easy win for them. But it's well done by that side, you know, to make the semi-finals for Spinning them and Wegley.
Yeah.
They're really good guys.
And there was a lot of drama with registrations.
Correct,
They've had a lot of pressure.
Yes, which was sad to hear.
It's sad,
you know
sad.
What, I hope
But
that
we
won't
won't
happen again.
discuss that.
Yeah, let's leave that
This
to later.
level. Leave that in the closet. In the top drawer. Donnie drawing like a demon.
Who's that?
What a great, great shot.
That is phenomenal.
Phenomenal shot. They were in big trouble there.
You know,
That could have been nearly game over.
right.
What a great shot. Well, I'll be back with you all later
All right,
and
Debbie,
enjoy
thank
the
you.
rest of. Thanks for being with us.
You're welcome, thank you.
Welcome to Roger. We'll wire you up.
We're just waiting for Roger to be mic'd up while Cliffy needs to just go away for an hour or so. And yeah, once again, thank you very much to our sponsors, Personal Delivery, Personal Trust, and Plascon, and obviously Jerry Baker with Aero Bowls, always supporting wherever he can. And Best Before, one of our new sponsors. And warm welcome to you, and thank you very much for being involved with Bowls. Much appreciated. Shield Live X obviously is delivering this production for you guys and doing such hard work behind the scenes. Very much appreciated, guys. They are very early in the morning. Sometimes we don't realize what goes on behind the scenes. And with that, you see Donnie just a little bit short. Scott's second shot. Not happy with himself. He is very hard on himself, you know. And I'm being hard on him at times, but you know, the way he talks to his body sometimes is not good, but he gets the best out of himself at those moments in times. But Roger, thanks for joining us.
That's really nice to be here.
Thank you. It's been nice to have a chat.
I've switched this off. I think I've switched it off.
Roger, thank you very much for joining us to get a bit of insight from you as one of the top bowlers in South Africa. And look forward to having a bit of a rap with you while Cliff is on his way for an hour or so.
Thanks.
Roger, thank you very much for joining us. Sorry we had a bit of a problem there, and we've just sorted it all out. You are all ready to rock and roll. Thanks for joining us for an hour or so while Cliff is away, and looking forward to your insights and everything in giving us, obviously on this game and in the final. It's nice to see Jason from Morningside through, and those guys bowled very, very well, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. Probably the overall better side won very comfortably. I thought Ken McLean, who's normally a back rank playing at lead, had an outstanding game, so that obviously set up the platform. And then Heinz was Heinz, you know, he's Mr. Steady. So basically an armchair ride for Jason for most of the game.
And obviously you've been watching that game, but I've been very closely watching this one. That the front rank has been absolutely phenomenal, but right through the banks the bowls has been to a very, very high level. And you can see the scores reflecting it. There's only one in it, and I think it's going to come down. So just a quick question. I asked Cliffy, is it 15 ends or is it 18 ends? Is it
I'm pretty sure it's 18, yeah.
I think it's 18 ends, yeah. Lovely comeback by Wendy Francis, and you know, they were quite a bit behind, and all of a sudden they've taken the lead. It's great to see. You can see how happy how happy Mrs. Evans is. So
Louise, yeah.
Louise is absolutely enjoying it, and why not? She
Yeah.
deservedly well.
Gosh, Louise is doing particularly well. You know, she's got a minor disability, for want of a better word, but she's holding her own very well there, and being probably the more consistent of the two leads. Getting back to Donny and Tony Mazaris's game, as you said, the leads have been very good. Keegan Sace is obviously one for the future, and Victor has just made the side to go to Australia in a month or two.
Right.
So that's all pointing well. Victor's also playing slightly out of position. I mean, he's a regular back ranker and had countless JBA honours over the last couple of years.
It's been really high quality, you know, from all the players. And you know, Donny's actually, he's impressed me. He impressed me. I watched him last week. He also said that he actually stepped up in Jerry's shoes, and you can see he's up for it, you know. So I'm never ever going to believe a word he ever says again, because he led to believe me. He led to believe, or I was led to believe that he was done and dusted. You know, he can't play anymore. I'll never listen to a word he says.
Yeah, you know, Donny's Donny. He's a highly competitive guy, big bowls family, and you know, he likes the competition. I know he loves league. He had a good game in league yesterday. And Gavin, who's playing second for him now, he played third yesterday, was good yesterday, and he's done his bit today.
Yeah, obviously it came down to the last shot. You were in that team, you know, that played against him, and luckily lost out by one, but top class game. Was very good.
And getting back to the ladies, I think there's been a bit of a momentum shift from Michelet's side to Wendy's side since. So yeah, let's see what happens in the next three ends.
You can see Michelet is a little bit concentrating a little bit more. You can see the other team is a little bit more animated, and I always look at things like that, you know, especially coming down the stretch with 4 ends to go. Who can handle the pressure? The BMT.
Absolutely, yeah.
You're having a little huddle up here and having a team talk, and it's the second time it's happened to one team and then the other team. You know, there's the other team. They're looking at them. Does that play a part in you know, you kind of what is the other team thinking at that moment in time?
Oh, look, this one's going to go to the wire. You know, there's never been more than one or maybe two shots in it, so it's going to be a hell of a interesting, unless somebody plays call it a miracle shot to suddenly pick up a 3 or something that gives them a minor gap. Yeah, I think it's going to go right down to the 18th. Yeah, there's Tony. Tony Mazaris been very consistent over the years. You know, he's played for JBA, in a number of years. I think he's in the JBA senior side now, one of the skips. And yeah, he's also one of those Mr. Consistency over the years.
And not only a good bowler like yourselves and everything, you know, he gets so involved in Bryanston like you do and like all the people do. All these clubs need people like that in clubs to make things happen. You know, isn't it nice to see so many people out from Morningside? And it's incredible. I was saying to Cliffy that all of a sudden we get 2 or 3 good players, and all of a sudden people are practicing harder, they're putting in more efforts, and the whole club has just gone from one to the next. And you as the chairman, I'm sure you've also seen a shift there. People are practicing, they're doing their drills and everything. It's so wonderful to see.
And yeah, so there's definitely been a sort of positive vibe over the last couple of months, and I think having all contributing to that is very keen novice bowlers, some of which have very good talent. And what is also nice is the senior bowlers like the Heinzes of the world are taking out novice bowlers to tournaments and just giving them that extra bit of experience. I'm sure we're going to see in a Morningside first team a huge personnel shift over the next couple of years, from the good old regulars to some of the young newbies coming through. So that'll be good for the game of bowls, and apart from Morningside.
As we're watching Donny on the mat here, he's having a bit of a run at it. He likes it. Oh my goodness.
As we said, this is going to go to the wire. I think Tony got 2 there, so that's
He's tapping the shoulder twice.
13-12 Mazaras. A big momentum shift in the ladies. Francis 4 up with 3 to play.
Wow, how about that?
Having been, I think she was 5-1, 6-1 down at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Desiree Claydon's in the zone there. If they win this end, I would say they've got a fair chance of getting into the final.
Yeah. And look at Louise, she was quite animated. It's nice to see, you know, in the things that she can still come out with the animation.
A great shot from Esme Murphy. Esme is a skip in the JBA B, ladies B side. So that was showing a bit of her class.
Hands up, my friend.
A cracking hit on the ladies game there.
Keegan's really good, yeah.
Yeah.
All over. Great leading.
No. Water.
Go, mate. Let's replicate that.
Where?
Come on, you little beauty.
We commentate.
I like it in your canvas and well, mate. That's the jacket, Barney. Keep it well.
George has got such a wonderful action for a big man, hasn't he? Nice and smooth and everything's good.
Whoosh.
How much? 5 feet at least,
Yeah, I think that was an accidental blocker here, Cruzy, in Donny and Tony's game, but
It's accidental.
it's not going to help Tony's cause.
So Roger, obviously you saw Tony playing the previous hand looking for that ball. Will he be doing the same thing, trying to just chip it out?
I think there's still a chance on his forehand,
Right,
and if he does edge the white, he's in the prime position.
right.
I think he could draw it off at this rate. A fine effort by Tony. Quite surprised he went for the dead draw there, where he could have afforded a half a metre to a metre with all the positional bowls he had.
I hear you, that if he gets that ball, he pushes it out. If he catches the white, he pushes it to them.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a good point. But his weight has been phenomenal today.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
There's Colin Schneiderman rolling the green.
It's a little short.
Fine effort by Donny. I think Tony's got that extra metre now.
Yes, George. Wait.
A fine effort and right in the zone there.
Maak aan jou los. Ken yours, is hier in jou.
Tony got a good chance to make two, yeah? No. So, back to Peels, 13 all after the 16th. 2 to play.
So I asked the question after 10 ends. I said, what if they all tied up when it's at the 18th and it's just one playoff, one end?
Sudden death, one end, yeah.
I call it, I think it's going to be very close to that, something like that. I know it's a semi-final, but it's like a final, you know, it's been high class. Great to see so many Morningside people, isn't it? Sure. Hope a few more people arrive. Come and watch the final. Two ends to go in the ladies, and Wendy and them are 4 ahead.
3.
Sorry, 3 ahead.
And holding.
And holding, yes.
Little on the quick side. Now this will come down to the BMT bit between Tony and Donny. The league game yesterday, Keegan Sace finished very strongly, which could bode well for Donny now.
Draw the shot.
glasses.
Thank you so much. We nearly started
There's
meeting
cold
each other.
water.
Thanks so much.
Pleasure. Sorry about that.
Superb, superb.
Yeah, great shot from George there. And sitting fast would be difficult to get the ball out without popping the white. And the ball following. Yeah. It was a good shot, and that gave Donny position as well as still having second shot.
It was lovely to see Wendy applauding Michelet when she played that shot. It's great to see.
Yeah.
Played a really good shot and he applauded her and everything, you know, so it's played in a fantastic spirit.
Big road here from Wendy. Great shot.
What a great shot. The shoes are obviously killing her. She's in her stocks.
Yeah, she actually asked the umpire about half an hour ago if was it okay to remove, and the umpires had no issue.
Fair enough. Michelet might have an issue after she bowled such a beautiful bowl.
Oh, fine shot by Michelet
Goodness me.
to make 2 or 3.
She's played some telling shots, she really has.
This could even the game up with 1 to play with the ladies' game between Morningside and Morningside. Let's see what happens with Wendy's bowl, yeah. She's on a road of note. Yeah, her team liked it, just slid by.
One out. Whilst Tony is bowling here, he's having a squiz on the other side there for the ladies. It's a close game as well. Tony right through to the back. Cover.
Yeah.
So we're going to measure for the second one, I think.
No, I think there's two out on the ladies' side on their cloth.
Yeah, upstairs behind.
I think Donny's on the wide side. I'm not going to do too much with that. Be interesting to see if Tony actually plays this, because he gets it wrong. Be 1 up going into the last. Oh. So just a brief update on the ladies while the guys are getting going. That's 16 all playing the last. So this is definitely coming down to the BMT side of it.
It's such an up and down game, but like you say, 1 end to go, nothing to lose. Great effort by both teams. It really has been so good.
Another team talk by Tony for the last end tactic.
I'd love to mic them up and just hear what they're talking about.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think they're going to go, well, wherever the mat might be, but end on the 2 metre. So there's no burning of their head.
Right. Victor was quite animated. You saw him giggling, so they must have had a bit of a chirp about something.
Yeah, there we go.
What
Tony,
what do you call? They're going to make it short or long? I bet
No.
they'll make it long.
2 meter. I thought he was going 2 meter, but he's not.
How about that? So Donny will be happy because that's Donny's game.
Yes.
That's
And-
most probably what they discussed. And that's why he had a chuckle.
Although Keegan has also been playing this length quite well. And in the ladies' game, Haley has just drawn 2, so puts them in the prime position.
Really good leading. And you know, Roger, you called it, you talked, it's going to come down to the BMT. Who better than, you know, he's a Protea player and everything to have him
Yeah.
like that.
So yeah, Vic's had a very strong finish there. I would think Donny will be looking for any back ball at this stage.
And you just heard what he said.
Yeah, not a great finish from Keegan.
You know, if anything, he had to be passed.
Mm.
Passed ahead. Anyway,
And Gavin playing second. His nickname is Boom Boom, so you can imagine what's coming up. Another and on the ladies' game, where Michelet and her team were 3 up, Desiree at second has just drawn the shot for Wendy's team. So they're in the prime position with 2 balls each to come.
we said she was so nervous playing today, so you know what? Hats off to her. She's loving it, enjoying it.
No, you're not going to hold for their balls. You can play 3-4 yards, I don't mind. First prize is obviously that ball.
As you called it, boom boom.
But no, it's not bad.
Oh,
Tony just going to play position now. And Wendy Francis's bowl is an unintended blocker, but it's not going to help Michelet's cause.
wow. So Louise and them have won. Wendy Francis, they are so chuffed. You can just see by their reactions and everything. It's a little bit of an upset if you must think about it, Roger.
Yeah, if you look at the pedigrees, definitely an upset. You know, solid club bowlers versus 2 inter-district bowlers and a relative newbie.
Absolutely.
So yeah, well done to the underdogs.
Yeah, well done. There'll be a lot of joy there. You can see how they're hugging each other there. That's so good to see. It really is. And meanwhile, this game we're watching is also right down to the wire.
Tony Mazaris drawing a second. That's a brilliant shot from Tony. 2 balls from Donny to change life.
You know, while they're talking there, I remember you watching our game. We lost to them, but they was the other team, wasn't it? We played against them, so it was Tony, but how did it come that they changed 2 of their players?
No,
remember that?
No, they've only changed one.
Only the one.
I'm not sure what the issue with Calvin is or was, but we can find out and update later.
It was all to do with the sign-you tabs. So that's why
I wasn't sure what to talk about.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, it's disappointing he's not here because that quarter-final against Jerry Baker's team, he was outstanding.
One of the best games I've had and we've had, and we got dusted.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Head is down. You know, I said to you 2-3 ends ago, he was abusing himself, hitting his leg, and he was quite negative towards himself. And you know, I don't like to see that. I'd like to see, you know, you don't need to show your opposition that. But anyway, that is Donny, as you would know. And if there was one thing that I would chat to, well, not chat. He's been in the game for so long, as you would know. But
Yeah. As we'll tell the other Morningside team that lost to Jason, maybe they shouldn't have gone home early. Don't change your habits, they say.
Isn't it so true? And we come back to, you know, your body gets used to certain things. And yes, I agree 100% with you. And as you would know, I'm a firm believer in how you treat your body and how you, from a mental perspective, you know, if you shake your head the whole time in a negative way, your whole body is going to go into that.
It affects your team as well as possibly yourself.
And, you know, he doesn't realize he's hard on himself, but his team sees him reacting that way. So yeah, it's one of those dynamics in the game. Certain personalities, certain people do certain different things. But yeah, Donny's got one shot at it. He's got to play an absolutely.
I can't quite. Just looking on the screen here.
Roger,
I'm not sure if Keegan's bowl is in the way, but they've got a good positional bowl with sort of almost in the centre, which is, if Donny hits it, is probably going to still be one down.
Yeah.
If he gets some kind of funny angle, they could pick up with Gavin's bowl on the out at the string here.
As he's getting ready, just to ask you a quick question, how long is it normally after a game is finished? How long do they go? Half an hour to an hour, and then we come back for the semi-final?
The final.
Sorry, for the final.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be a good 45 minutes.
Okay. It's just for the people out there who want to watch, be ready, go and have a little lunch or something, and come back and join us. It'll be an absolute rumbling.
And I hear the Wanderers serves a good tap Guinness.
All right. You and I.
There we go. Ooh, Donald.
Did you get it? Oh my word!
That was definitely a pressure putt.
That is amazing. They got the 2 meter covered, or do they replay? Do they replay?
I think it's a replay in the semis.
Oh my goodness gracious me. And what did I say to you? It's going to come to the 18th end, they're going to have a one more under. Oh, I've got to let Cliffy know. We both called it. Who says
The commentary team, I think the commentary team can say, well done, Donald. Yeah, great bowls from both skips there, where Tony piled the head and Donny got the right angle and it popped out to the string, and it was a burn, so a replay in the semis.
So I'll let Cliffy know it's coming down to a one-ender.
This is an outstanding end again from Victor.
He's superb. He really and truly has been superb. surprised there's not more people from Belgravia to come have a look at this game. You know, I'm truly surprised.
Mate, never wasted.
Oh, Roger, they may be drowning in the sorrows of what happened yesterday to them.
Can't fault that.
Isn't that just absolutely amazing?
Right real close, mate.
The MT, as you said.
I think the one thing that Victor's going to give that Protea squad is a bit of versatility in that he can play anywhere from lead through to third, possibly even skip.
Right.
That's nice ball from Keegan.
Nice position.
Yeah. Tony asking for a blocker because he knows what's coming a little later.
In boom boom.
No, that's not going to work, I don't think.
But hopefully it stays in the way. But as we are, yeah.
Good shot, and I'm underweight, mate.
Not short this time.
Hopefully he doesn't tickle it. Not a wasted ball, but I think Tony was looking for a blocker again.
Sure.
Closer, mate. Closer. And the shot.
Wow, what a fantastic shot.
A great shot from
Called,
Boom Boom
Roger.
Erasmus.
Yeah. You called it from the boom boom. That's such a good shot, isn't it?
And it wasn't, while it was quick, it was still controlled weight.
Spot on.
While that moving ends here, Cruzy, it's nice to see a new sponsor in Best before coming to the party for JBA.
Absolutely. And as you say that, you know, just to thank everybody from Shield for the involvement. Live Exit gets this production going for the guys. Perfect delivery, personal trust. We know that they're very heavily involved. And Aero Bowls, obviously, Jerry not scared of getting involved always at our club with Jason. So yeah, thank you to everybody for making it happen and putting this together with all the new gadgets we've got.
Yeah,
Nice, isn't it?
very nice. And then we've got Kessie from Perfect Delivery sitting just to the right of us on the bench. Tony backing his draw, but it's not quite.
It's the first time I've seen him short. Pressure telling on both of those skip shots. Goodness gracious me.
Yeah, that wasn't. Why do you want to draw second?
Isn't that the game?
That's what I would have thought. Unless we're all wrong about the number of ends.
Maybe it's a measure.
Come on, Donald.
Maybe it's a measure, that's why they...
Okay, that is true. What we saw on the screen a little earlier. Yo, that's tight.
all of those ends coming right to the end. It comes down to a measure, can you believe it? Oh my goodness.
And now we have
Umpire gets called in first time in the last end.
shaky hand
I was
Trev.
just going to say pressure. Yeah, he does such hard work as well, you know, all of the JBA
I-
sitting here and everything.
Yeah,
A big
I
thanks
think-
to all of them.
they called it that they were holding earlier.
Correct.
So maybe they changed their minds when they asked Ronnie to draw that second.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah, that's right. I mean, all of those ends and bowls played and comes down to a measure, isn't it? And look at the guys like eagle eye over your shoulder. Keegan is,
They should actually, etiquette-wise, all step away a little.
100%. I must say, Donny and Lim look more confident than the other side.
It's actually further away than we think. Both bowls. And uh-oh. Donny. Oh, it's peels now.
Oh, they replayed the 17 end, you're right.
Yes.
So now they're playing the 18th end.
No, they replayed the 18th end because of the burn.
Right, sorry about the confusion here, guys. Roger just helped me right here. There was a little bit of confusion, so right. An extra end, here we go. It's a good start, a little bit short.
Vic looking useful, yeah. Oopsie.
That's short. And you're not going to be happy with that.
The only benefit of it is they are close enough for a gentle nudge on a gentle chop and lie.
Colin Schneiderman just updating the board there for us. There's so much pressure. I think the two
Keegan
speakers
has
have got me.
not done enough.
Oh my goodness. See, Donny's not happy. So as you can see, it's 14 all on the 18th end, and it's a tiebreaker. It's just one end to play. In really good bowls, and you can see the pressure. It's challenging. The leads were normally on top of it, and three out of the 4 bowls are short.
And George has got that good weight for a gentle chop and lie. Spot on, that's all he needed.
Like Roger said, just a little nudge and you're holding.
I think there's enough bend on that backhand for Gavin to draw it off. A fine shot from Gavin.
good. As you called it, Roger, a little nudge on the 2 and all of a sudden he's there. Now it's going to be difficult to get around because it's quite wide.
Yeah, I think that's a wing bowl, so it's now also cleared Keegan's bowl, so he can afford a metre, half a metre to a metre. Oh, what a try. But 2 good bowls from Georges that put them in the position of being up, 1 up on this sudden death end. As we were saying earlier, Cruzy, even the top level guys involved. Georges, who's playing in the semi, the big guy at second, he's the JBA competition secretary. So, yeah, some of the guys put in the hard miles. That is a fine draw from Tony Mazaris.
Goodness me. And you talk like that, Tony, yourself, all the people, you always need 1 or 2 people at the club to make things happen, get the people excited. And you can see the difference it's made as Morningside. This morning, Cliffy was saying that he got there this morning or yesterday, and he was wanting to have a roll there, and the place was packed. There were the people practicing and doing their drills. Brilliant. But just coming back to Donnie now, you can see the pressure is telling. Showing on his face. Very, very focused. Extremely focused.
He's not on a bad line here if he slips Keegan's ball. No, he hasn't quite got the weight for that shot.
See, when people say there's no pressure in bowls, there's no excitement in bowls. Sorry, what did we just witness the last 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm putting money on Tony putting a blocker just to the left of Keegan's ball. I think he's going to the back.
Should we do a chat to them or not? It's up to you guys. Eh?
The winners of the
Yeah, get the 3 to huddle together because it's been a fantastic game. It's up to you. If you don't, just... No, we can get them to stand here if you want to, or just one. It's up to you. No, up to you. I don't want to be different, but I mean, can't I hold it and then I just hold it to them? Right, yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, let's do that. Just give it a shot and see what it turns out. Okay.
Well, final shot of the game. Donnie played a big one on the last end. Well, they thought they had it, but it's still very, very tight. Umpire again. It's only been called twice and that's the last 2 ends.
Who says it's not exciting?
Tony's not looking happy.
I just overheard the cameraman saying it's a one-day game, guys. Brilliant. That's incredible, that really is. Who looks the most confident? Come on, Rog, call it.
Now they're shaking.
Are they shaking? I think Donnie and the one.
Yeah, I think so too. The umpire's saying,
Yeah, well, they're going to measure. I think they're just shaking for the sake of shaking, but
oh, sweet Donny's bowl finished.
oh, they look happier. They look more happier.
Where's
Rhinestone guys.
If I look on the screen here, usually on the screen at a wild guess, I'm saying the light blue ball, the green, Victor's green ball is fractionally closer.
Right. And guys, it all comes down to that. After 18 ends and one more extra end, it comes down to that kind of measure to see who is into the finals. It's been a wonderful game to watch and be part of, actually. What did you just call him before he went for the first measure? What was shaky what?
Shaky Trev.
Trev.
He's
Does such a great job.
He's cast iron there, no shakes there.
No, solid as it comes. He bowled very well on Friday when you came and bowled there by us in the meantime while we're waiting to see who wins this one. So he can help himself as well. Yep, Bryanston. Bryanston. Going down again, but it looks like Bryanston. Yes, Donny's having another look. Keegan's pointing something out. Right, sorry for pulling you into this, but isn't it exciting? It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's been a lovely game.
Oh, Zimmer walking over. What are the odds of another one that it's a no shot?
No, they're not giving up.
So as they're busy, are you allowed to call when the umpire comes and you don't like how he measured? Are you allowed to call for another umpire?
I don't think so. I think umpire's ruling is final.
Right.
I know there's a lot riding on it.
Well, Trevor likes to be in the thick of things. He's certainly in the thick of things, yeah. He needs to make a call right, yeah, and it looks a whole lot closer. Tony seems to think that they've got it. He really does. Wow. Cameraman wasn't far wrong. He says it is a one-day game. If they're measuring that often, then
Donny's stepping away now.
is he stepping away? Right, so Bryanston wins it, right?
Yeah,
What a
fantastic game,
What
good
an
game.
Absolutely amazing game.
There's always got to be one loser.
I'm going to see if I can have a chat to the guys and just see if I can get them to have a word with me. So if you just sit there and if we do come here, just give me a second, Rod. Hi, Tony. Don't you just want to grab your team and have a quick chat to us? Yeah, well done, man. Jeez, what a game. Vic. George, well done, man. Jeez, that was amazing. I've never witnessed something like that, and we're just waiting for the guys to get it together. In the meantime, let's have a chat.
Made a meal of that one, didn't we? Yeah, got our money's worth, definitely. Yeah, no, it was a great game. Yeah, anybody's game, eh?
But you know, up front, you guys were phenomenal, and with the last two ends, you could see that the pressure was on. And you know, it was so great to be actually part of it, and well played.
No, thank you very much, my friend, and I'm very excited to be part of this after the draw, then to play as a lead. But anyway, I think I did my best.
You did your best, and well done. George, exceptionally well done, mate. We know you put a lot of work in behind the scenes and all that, but well done. Brilliant.
Well, thank you. It's with teammates like this. I mean, Victor setting up front and then Tony finish it off. I think we have a perfect combination, and looking forward to a final.
I'm sure you are, and because I'm from Morningside, you know, I do wish you the best of luck. But
Absolutely.
best of luck. Well done, guys. Played very well.
Much for joining us, and as you can see, it was very exciting. So, Roger, thanks for your